Robin.
Yes, it's Friday. Holy shit, we made it to Friday, thank God.
Thank Jesus Christ on the cross.
Oh, you gotta say
Jesus.
that every time you say Jesus.
Jesus.
Oh.
Thank you, Jesus. I thought Jesus was coming back last night. Holy Mother of God.
Was it bad?
Yeah.
A lot of lightning in the sky.
Actually, one of the boys there, one of the brothers there from Letterman.
The Stengels?
Yeah, the Stengels.
Who I'm in cahoots with to make Fez cry?
Oh, yeah, of course.
I haven't forgotten.
They're actually not brothers, they're a married couple.
Oh, they're a married couple.
Oh, I thought they were brothers.
Oh, Justin and Eric
lovely.
Stengel are
That's cool.
a married couple.
That's cute.
It is cute.
I saw a tweet about the weather, and he said it looked like end of days, where it was just Armageddon happening, and then it rolled into my neck of the woods, neck of the nape of the wape, It was very Armageddon-ish. Hail. Huge hail was coming down.
How big was the hail?
It was
softball.
I like
golf
saying
ball?
the size of golf balls because that's usually the rule
standard?
of thumb. The standard with hail is the size of golf
But
balls.
let's be honest, it was like raisins.
It was raisin-ish.
Because people get real hailstorms where it is golf balls and bigger.
It screws your car up.
Around here, I think we get maybe raisins falling from the sky every once in a while.
I did see some that were probably the size of grapes.
Really?
You know, pre-dried raisins are grapes.
Really?
And, there was some grape-size hail coming down. And I jumped in the pool. Mm-hmm. I jumped in my pool in this hailstorm, and there was lightning and thunder, and all I was thinking is what the headline would be if I had been struck by lightning. And I think it was shock jock shocked after shocking cock shot. Really? After release of shocking cock shot.
You have too much time on your hands.
No.
You got to get a hobby, man. You got to get some kind of hobby or have a kid.
No,
I was
wouldn't
just thinking
say
of how the news would portray it if I had been struck by lightning after everything that has transpired over the week. Shock jock shocked after releasing shocking cock shot.
What a shock.
Shock.
What a
Shocker.
shock. Jock.
Yes.
Shocked to death after a week of showing cock.
Cock shot.
Shock. Cock.
It was cool though. When you're in a pool when like hail is falling
and hitting
it's just such
all
a
around
weird
you?
thing. Yeah, it's such a weird contrast.
Do you have a death wish?
No, I knew everything would be okie dokie.
You do a lot
I was in the low area of the neighborhood.
Because lightning understands that if it hits the water.
Yeah.
Let's just hit the deep end and make sure it just stays around there.
Does that happen though? I'm wondering. Does lightning strike the water in a pool, or would it strike the trees around me?
It would be pretty tough to hit the pool.
I think so.
I think it's possible though.
There's so many high points. And my house has those peaks on it.
Yeah.
So it's got the lightning rods on top, and I think that would attract the lightning.
You know, every day we come in here, and you never know. This is the beauty of our show. We just are babbling, and then it leads to stuff.
Yeah.
I'm laughing inside because now I get to tell the story of good old... I can't say his name. Fuck. He's an Asian friend of mine. Who I used to caddy with. I've told this story many times. Huntington Crescent Club. He's under a tree it's called four caddying, where you go ahead so you can see the guys hit their golf ball. He's under a tree. I believe it was, let me say, seventh hole. He's on the left side, about 180 yards out, right? And there's sort of a lightning thing happening, but it's not really raining. And the lightning hits the tree that he's under, splits it in half.
Wow. Like a movie.
No damage to him, really. And this Asian friend of mine, not an expression on his damn face.
Really?
Yes.
Just stood there like, bah.
Right.
Just got to watch the ball.
The thing, like a movie, hits the tree, and yes, it pretty much splits in half around him.
Wow.
And not even a reaction by the guy. I would have dropped my clubs and said, fuck this, I'm going home.
They are resilient.
But
let's see. Nearly 100 people die from lightning strikes each year, and hundreds are injured.
That's
If
it?
you see lightning or hear thunder, you are a potential target for lightning strike. Lightning fatalities or injuries occur most often when you are
in a pool.
Near or in water. Indoor or outdoor pools, including showers or plumbing. Near or under trees and tall objects. Diving boards, towers, lifeguard stands, poles, etc. So I guess I was putting myself in some form of danger.
Boy.
As I jumped in the pool during the lightning storm.
I thought that...
I thought you were safe.
I thought the deaths were a lot higher than that. Only 100 a year?
Yeah, that ain't nothing.
That's for America, right? America.
America.
Oh.
I did not know. I thought in a pool with other higher things around you, and my pool is grounded. Like when it was made, they took all that rebar that they put the gunite on,
right?
And they actually stick a shitload of grounding poles in and attach them to that.
Yeah, I saw the storm rolling in. I was tired, man. I finally slept for the first time in a couple days.
Oh, God.
There was a lot of excitement around this show the last few days. Now everyone goes away, and now it's just us doing our show.
You are absolutely right, because I almost died 3 times driving home yesterday. I had to punch myself in the face.
Because you were so tired?
And roll my windows down, and I was yelling, "Stay awake, Anthony, stay awake." And then I almost hit the divider 3 times driving home. And then I literally saw chromium elephants crossing the expressway. And I had to like shake my head and look, and then they were gone. But they looked like giant chrome elephants, like slowly walking into the road. I was hallucinating.
Get the fuck out of here.
I swear to you.
I thought
and then I had to shake my head like, fuck, wake up.
Yeah.
I was that tired. When I finally got home, I went into my room, and it had to be 10 seconds, I was asleep.
How cold?
Totally asleep.
I was amazed. I went to bed last night.
I love that guy.
Yeah, I went to bed last night and slept till... Is that a real video, by the way?
Yeah.
I've seen it a million times.
It's an inside camera of some guy falling asleep at the wheel, and he has an accident. He ends up in the back seat.
That's what happens to you.
He just crashes, and he rolls his vehicle, I guess. He's totally asleep. Look at his face. He's all fucked up.
Oh, my God.
And then he just ends up in the back.
That's fucked up.
Oh, God, you can't do that. It's so scary because you have no power over it. Tired driving, 10 times worse than drunk driving. At least you kind of...
Oh, at least when you're trying. Yeah, at least you're trying.
At least you're giving it your all.
But I'm a horrible sleeper. I wanted to watch that Heat Mavs game. I know you guys aren't really NBA guys, but I was watching.
Mavs win?
Yeah, the fucking Mavs won, Anthony.
That's what I heard.
And that's why I'm so pissed off at Scottie Pippen, and he'll never care, obviously. But he came out recently and said that LeBron James is better than Michael Jordan.
Right.
Michael Jordan came to play in the playoffs. This fucking LeBron James is a bust in the playoffs. And this isn't the first year he's a bust in the playoffs. He fucking sucks. Yeah, the team needed him.
How many points?
He had 17 last night, and he had a triple-double, because people are going to fucking yell at me about that. That's a big deal in basketball.
A triple-double?
So I'll acknowledge he had a triple-double. But when it mattered most, he had 2 points in the fourth quarter.
Only 2 in the fourth.
When his team needed him. Michael Jordan doesn't score 2 points in the fourth quarter in a playoff game ever.
Michael Jordan scored 2 points on the bench.
Right.
Hey, on the bench.
And the Mavs, I'm fucking got my fingers crossed, 1 game from winning this thing. But
they're up 3-2?
They're up 3-2, but now they go back to Miami for the final 2. So now it gets tough. This is not a guarantee whatsoever.
This could get exciting.
And yeah,
I might watch.
Really?
Final score.
If it gets down to it, where it's 1 game, and it's the last 5 minutes, I could tune in.
Oh, good. But
how much did they win by?
It was close. It was what was the final? Like I said, I crashed 112 to 103. And I need someone that really knows their sports, because there's a story that they're not talking about on ABC, but man, Twitter's talking about it, and a lot of the sports guys, that somebody may have slept with LeBron James's girlfriend, and that's why he was a bust in the game before this one.
Really?
Remember when I was talking about how he only scored 8 points?
Yeah.
LeBron, Jordan doesn't score just 8 points in a playoff game ever, by the way. And now he only had 2 points when the team needed him most last night. And there's this big rumor. There it is. Rashard Lewis definitely had sex with LeBron James's girlfriend. That is a headline I just read.
Who's Rashard Lewis?
He plays for, help me out, boys and girls, Lakers? Is he a Laker? I don't know.
What is with the women in LeBron's life banging other players?
112 to 103.
I said that.
Yeah, he said that.
Oh, no, I just got it here.
I see what you're doing.
just got it here. There's a little delay.
I see what you're doing. Without getting into it,
yeah.
This place proven once again they have no fucking idea what our show's about.
Not a fucking clue.
They don't have a clue. They don't understand how to fucking work this show to make it the best it could possibly be.
Do you think the flow chart all leads to one area?
The flow chart,
flow chart for Sirius XM satellite radio. Make a box up top of your page right now and put something good happens. Okay. Now an arrow that goes right down to another box. And just put problem.
Oh, you made the flow chart?
Oh, here's a serious
I'm not going to say
chart.
who made the flow chart, but I applaud this person.
That's perfect.
Here's the serious flow chart. We should tweet this. Because let me tell you something. This Anthony Weiner thing, which we'll get into again.
It is perfect.
The last 2 days, this show got massive publicity.
As did the platform itself.
Well, I was going to say for Sirius XM, and of course massive publicity for ourselves, which we absolutely love. We're not even going to front about. I'll tell you right now, not that we need it, not one fucking guy of importance that works for Sirius XM even walked by our studio, popped their head in and said, good job.
No.
And some people around here would say, well, that's your job. No, it's not. Not one fucking person walked through, popped their head in, of importance, by the way, because a few of the lower level guys did.
Yeah.
And go, wow, great job.
Yeah.
You know how many times CNN and the rest of them said Sirius XM?
Sirius XM satellite radio.
Way more publicity than their dumb Lady Gaga interview they did with Gayle King, where Jimmy wasn't allowed to get his picture taken.
I didn't hear shite about that.
Not only did no one pop their head in just to say great job.
Yeah.
It turns out that it led to we have a problem.
We have a problem.
We're not getting fired or suspended, none of that shit.
Don't worry about
that. But it's one of those we have a problem that just fucking infuriates us.
They had to find something.
And that's why the flow chart, the Sirius flow chart.
I love this flow chart.
It starts out at the top. You guys all understand flow charts. A big box that says, did you do good?
Did you do good?
And then it leads to, a flow chart now leads to other things, right?
Yeah.
2 arrows pointing down to either yes.
Yes.
Or no.
No.
So this Sirius flow chart, did you do good? I would say yes. So
yes.
So now we're to this point. Yes.
So we followed the arrow from yes and see what option we have after that.
And then the next option, and the only option after did you do good, we say yes, is we have a problem.
We have a problem.
That explains Sirius XM right there in our show.
And that stops the flow chart.
Right.
And by the way, to the right is another arrow that goes, did you do good?
Right.
And then the box is no.
Right.
And that has an arrow that goes to, we have a problem.
So basically what we're trying to tell everyone today is no matter what you do around here, it always leads to a problem.
We have a problem. It
can't just be like, let's all relax, have a pizza party, have a couple of the big wigs come walking through and just poke their head and go, hey guys, just want to say great job the last few days.
Just enjoy the moment for a second.
Nothing.
Could we enjoy the moment for a second? We have to hang this up. It's probably the most accurate thing I've ever seen.
Put it right next to Don't Go Home with
Hope. Don't go. This has to go next to Don't Go Home with Hope. It's the Sirius flow chart.
Right. I think
it's brilliant.
I think the guys that probably should have popped their head in and just gave us a quick good job, guys.
Yeah.
Are too busy taking wheelbarrows of money and dumping it over to the other side of the floor.
Dumping it into legal fees for a giant lawsuit.
I think they're just dumping barrels of cash into Howard's area. And the next time he works, whenever that is, he'll pick it up and put it in a bank.
I picture a room. I picture a room that looks like the counting room in Scarface.
Right.
Where it's just and 80s montage music playing, and they're just counting the money.
And just
that goes over to the other side of the building.
Yeah, and making sure Howard gets it. When he works, by the way.
Which, by the way, God bless Howard Stern. It is just amazing.
People get confused by that. If you could get that deal, I would sign tomorrow.
Take it.
Just shows that some people aren't that smart around here, though. I'll tell you that.
Of course. Believe me. It's based on utter stupidity on the part of
and then you got
people.
Us busting our asses day in and day out. I know it's radio, but in the radio world, trust me, we're busting our asses. I know there's tougher jobs out there.
It's all relative.
It's all relative. But you're listening to three guys, that are busting their asses every fucking day, and we can't even get a good job, guys.
Yeah.
Not that I need that to go home with, but it just plays into like this whole place, and that's why it bothers me.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I'd actually rather not have a good job, guys, from them. Honestly, they really, because them saying good job obviously means bad job.
Yes.
Because whenever something's good,
job.
they say it's bad. So when they don't say anything, it must mean it's good. Because they get everything wrong.
They get everything
You're right.
wrong. We're sitting here on a Friday morning after 2 amazing days of press for us and the show.
And the company.
And it led to a problem. And that's all we can say right now.
A problem.
A problem that's not going to get us fired or suspended, but it's just going to make us not want to be here.
No, it's
even
just,
more.
It's just another thing. It's not something major. It's not a firing, a suspension, or anything to do with any of the staff or anything. It's just another little thing, another little support piece, another piece of the foundation that they chisel away at, and then just go, all right, now continue doing the great job you do that we don't recognize.
I'll tell you, it came out with all the press we've gotten the last couple of days that we've kind of like, wow, Opie and oh yeah, those guys.
Right.
And you know what? I can't even be mad. They're right.
They're absolutely right.
We had a lot of momentum, going into coming over to this building. When we had our own studio and all that, we had an incredible amount of momentum. And I told Anthony last night, I'm like, I just feel like we've been just kind of rotting over here. I know we're doing good radio. I really do know we're doing good radio.
Some of the best of our careers, I would say.
I believe we're doing our jobs.
Yeah.
But as far as a company trying to push you forward and getting the momentum going and what does that mean and making the show bigger, these guys don't understand or know how to do that.
No.
And that's why it's going to make it so easy just to walk away after this contract. Because why would we stay here and just continue rotting?
Yeah, the Opie and Anthony show is a stagnant puddle with mosquito larvae in it.
Right.
So it's just sitting here.
So some of these writers were absolutely right, but I have to tell you, it's no fault of ours.
No.
Because I really do believe what Ant just said is the truth, that we've been doing some of the best radio of our careers.
The fans are loving the shit out of the show. Believe me, I know that. But as far as being out there and having new people that have never heard of us before find us, get on board, enjoy the show, that shit doesn't happen because we don't go out. We're not allowed to do half of the shocking stuff. When they said shock jock, I'm laughing because I'm like, especially we got an article, we're going to go through it, that salon.com woman that wrote how the shock jock is dead and how they should just not exist anymore. And it's like, but it's true because we're not shock jocks. And maybe not by choice. I mean, obviously, as we get older and mature, we move the show in a different direction.
Right.
But we are incapable of being shock jocks anymore.
We have that card in our pocket.
Yeah.
In our playing deck. Certainly, we could be shock jocks at any moment. But this show has moved on from that bullshit a long time ago.
Haven't been there.
And the Anthony Weiner photo, we just did what every news outlet in the world wanted to do, but they couldn't figure out how to do it.
Right.
Every radio guy, including Rush Limbaugh and that stupid Ed Schultz and the rest of them, all wanted to be the ones.
Exactly.
That fucking phone went around this room and we took our shot. We said, what the fuck? Simple as that.
Yep.
I got a clip of Barbara Walters. You can hear how jealous she is.
Yeah.
You can hear it. So a few people try to spun it that Shock jocks Opie and Anthony, how dare they, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted to do it. They just couldn't figure out how to do it yet.
Oh,
that
those
picture was
shock
going to be out
jocks.
there.
But how come when other people do it, it's considered leaking it?
Right.
But when radio guys do it, it's a problem.
It's shock jocks.
It's amazing.
Because it's the easiest thing to say.
I understand why Breitbart's not happy, but why does the rest of the media? Why do they have any opinion about it? The nerve of the other people in the media to have any fucking judgment about how anybody gets information out there.
I wouldn't be surprised if there were a lot of negotiations going on. I don't even know with Breitbart. I don't know that guy, by the way. Just so people know, Anthony knew him a little bit, and Jimmy knows him a little bit. I met him for the first time the other day, and so I don't know what he was thinking whatsoever. But I would bet money, like we've talked about the last couple of days on the show, that there's more than one copy of that photo, and I bet you there were some negotiations going on out there. And it was just a matter of time. That picture was going to see the light of day. And I'm not justifying what we did. We know what we did, and I would do it again tomorrow.
Yeah.
But all these other news outlets and radio guys, they were all clamoring and hoping they had a shot at maybe leaking that photo.
Of course.
Including Barbara Walters, who shows her jealousy on The View. She goes, I saw that picture 2 days ago.
Oh, well.
So what does that mean?
Did you?
You didn't have the balls to try to figure it out, Bawa.
Did you sit on it?
Yeah, exactly. What's the matter? Because he wasn't a married senator? You didn't want to sit on it? Babs? Shut the fuck up.
Babs.
She really bugs me.
So, yeah.
Yeah,
We just started 3 or 4 things. I'm trying to wrap it up now.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, so I try not to be bitter here, to be honest with you, but it's tough. It's tough.
It really is.
It's just tough. And I do want one of these big guys to maybe just poke their head in, just to show, oh, I get it, you know?
Yeah.
But I understand it's never going to happen. You know, they don't give a fuck about us. Simple as that.
And believe me,
we just stood on our heads for 2 days.
Yeah.
And then no one noticed around here.
Yeah.
No one noticed.
No,
Well, the publicity department here must have done something to help.
Oh,
They didn't even push it forward.
No.
They didn't even, I guess, do we have a PR department?
Oh, yes.
I was getting interview
Mars? Oh, I'm sorry.
I was getting interview requests from our agent from L.A.
Yeah.
You would think the PR department, if we were a big piece of this company or someone they cared about, they would have sat us down for 2 minutes and go, okay, wow, how do we capitalize on this? Because that's what we used to do at XM, by the way. Holy shit, how do we capitalize on this?
Yeah.
I'm going to put, they should have put out interview requests for real places. Like yesterday, Bob's all excited, calls me. Inside Edition wants to interview you guys. I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
I was asleep through the
Inside Edition
through that
phone
whole
calls.
thing. Yeah. So I woke up. I read
Is that show even on TV anymore?
I read a text and it's like, Bob,
Right.
hey, you got to get in touch with Inside Edition within the next couple of hours. They want to talk to you. And it was like 4 hours after I got it. I'm like, well, I guess that's,
trust me.
well.
But there is a PR department around here. Why didn't they just sit down with us and go, wow, how do we capitalize on this? What do we do? Do we do anything?
Yeah.
Do we just sit back? Do you guys want to do anything? These are the questions they should have asked us.
Yeah. Oh, Inside Edition. Yes, thank you, young Sam. Inside Edition speaks with such stars as Ian Halperin.
Ian Halperin is now dead to this radio show. He's dead he's dead to us.
What did he do?
Nothing. That's why he's dead to us.
He's
never given us a scoop in his life. He's dead. He's dead to us.
Screw him.
So,
yeah.
That's what's disappointing about the whole thing.
Yeah.
Knowing that you don't have anyone of importance that even just pokes in to say, hey, wow, nice job. I don't even know if they even realize we're doing a show day in and day out. And then you got a PR department that doesn't even have the smarts, or maybe they just don't care enough, to sit us down and go, how do we capitalize on this? What should we do here? How do we push this? How do we push this forward? How do we make you guys look a little better?
You know why? Because management wasn't able to take a picture with what happened. See, if they can take a picture with like a star in the fishbowl,
right,
then it's huge. They think, wow, this is a huge event.
Right.
And they're all patting each other on the back and everything. But when something real happens, and it's all over every fucking TV screen on the news, and it involves a show on this platform, the company, something like that, they're just like, what? Right. I can't take a picture with that.
And they can make
so
sure
that's how they gauge it.
They make sure that we don't take a picture with it either.
Exactly.
Hey, could you could you not here? Could you just kind of basically being shooed at the area?
Hey, riffraff. Could you just not be around when the big celebrities come in because you embarrass us.
Yeah, we were shoot away from whatever. It's
sick to my stomach.
We're an embarrassment.
And then
that should put it in the intro when I go. We're an embarrassment.
Did we air Stephen Colbert to the intro yet?
Oh, I haven't seen the second one because I guess last night he goofed on us again.
Yeah, we got so much to get to, but
yeah,
I don't think we added Stephen Colbert to the intro yet, but we do have production.
All right, good. I want to keep talking about this momentum thing, which we had, and I was reminded of when we finally got this big hit in the media.
Yeah, we kind of we're lulled into this.
And I got this dope way down the hall. His name's Scott. I'm still infuriated to this point that he grabs me and goes, "Hey, you guys need to get out there." Yeah, we know. I don't know. I'm thinking a couple wireless mics in Times Square. That's what he thinks of us in the show. I think, I don't know, you guys, wireless mics in Times Square. That's his big idea for one of his big shows. And he gets paid a shitload to come up with shit like that.
We used to do so many things when we were like left alone to our own devices over there at the XM studio. We were able to put things together and just like, the comedy tours, like all that shit that got us out there in front of thousands of fans with a long table where we would sit after the show with the likes of Patrice O'Neill, Bill Burr, and we would all sign things and talk to the fans. It got us out there. But the animation festival, all this stuff
was taken
that
away.
We just don't do anymore. The bits on the street, the box of cocks.
Know why?
Just everything.
Know why here?
Flow chart.
Animation Festival.
Did you do good?
Yes.
It was good? Okay.
Animation Festival, did you do good? I'm going back to the flow chart.
Go to yes on that one. Don't go to no.
But I want to explain why we did good.
Yeah.
First of all, that was an event where we actually sold tickets to. The damn thing sold out. Sponsors were extremely happy. And it showed us in a really good light. It was a classy O&A event.
Very nice.
No
artistic.
tits were shown. It was just like, wow, this is really nice and entertaining. Yeah. So, yes, I go to yes. Okay? And then the flow chart, the Sirius flow chart goes down from yes to we have a problem.
Oh, we have a problem.
We can't do it anymore.
Oh, we can't. We couldn't sell it. We need this. We need that. Legal. We need somebody to sign a waiver that absolves us from any responsibility of even existing. Could we, if anything happens, we're not supposed to. Oh,
can we?
Oh my God.
If something happens at an event, the secretary will disavow any knowledge of your actions. This tape will self-destruct in 10 seconds. Good luck, Jim.
Do you have
fuck?
Do you have a sound effect of a truck backing up with the beeps?
I used to.
Damn it.
We used to use that when Mendy would come in.
Boom, 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 boom,
yes.
boom,
yes.
Boom, 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 boom.
Eggnog challenge. Gave us Baby Bird. Can't do that anymore. The live shows we used to just do at the drop of a hat, so to say, at local bars. We would just be like, hey, you know what? Why don't we all meet at, and then we would just pick a bar and have a few beers with the listeners. Can't do that because God forbid somebody drinks and then maybe drives home and gets into an accident. Somebody's responsible. Bits on the street? Oh, well, we need a waiver, a sign from anybody that was involved. Well, that takes away from the element of surprise, doesn't it? And that's what the whole thing is about, almost like a camera thing. How about the virus tour? Well, oh boy, those venues and that. How about someone works to figure out how the fuck we could do it? Let me go to the flow chart. Yes. Oh, we have a problem. It went to we have a problem.
Immediately. See, we should be happy today is what I'm saying. But there were phone calls yesterday that just had to be picky and just fucking annoying as all hell. And of course, that's how it always is.
And I get when I'm on the phone with anyone from management, anyone, please don't insult me by thinking I'm not completely aware of everything that's going on in every word. I am the consummate diplomat, by the way. The consummate diplomat. I could sit and talk, and I'm not being phony. I'm being real, and I'm actually talking. But when I hear certain catchphrases and keywords and questions, I know what you're getting at. So don't insult me by trying to hedge around it. Just fucking tell me. All right.
Yep. Well, they read those corporate books and they use some of that knowledge.
How to handle the staff.
On us.
How to pass along bad news to a staff member. I've been
what
in
chapter
this.
was that? Shut up.
I see it as a chapter
right.
in a fucking handbook that is passed around the cubicles.
Start with a compliment. Start with a complimentary statement. Get them off balance.
You don't think we know all that shit?
Give some small talk about the weather.
You know what the book is called? How to Blue Sky Anything.
Oh, blue sky. How to
blue
green
sky
light.
anything.
How to green light and blue sky and tee up and raise up the flagpole and all that shit.
How to properly bake anything.
Bake.
Remember all that shit.
You bake your head.
All right, what do you want to do? We got Barbara Walters, Anthony Weiner, we got Shock Jocks Must Disappear, and we got the Lashard Lewis rumor.
Lashard Lewis rumor?
That's the LeBron James story.
Oh, right.
Let me go to JJ. He's pretty good, man. I like JJ in New Hampshire.
Dynamite!
Oh, by the way, I know I'm not going to change a lot of people's opinion on stuff, but when we say that we're doing some of the best radio of our careers, I really do believe that, and Anthony believes that. Jimmy, do you believe that?
I do.
Just listen to some of the old shows.
There's a lot of frustration, though.
Yes.
Things that are beyond our control.
Because
it's very, very irritating.
And it's because we are working to do some of the best shows we do, and it's,
this used to be a partnership
translate over there.
It used to be a partnership where we all do our jobs. Yeah. Which I think we're doing. I think we're hitting it out of the park every day. And then you have the company and management people doing their jobs, which means, taking this amazing radio show, and I really do believe it's still amazing, and pushing it forward and how to make it bigger and better. You know what I mean? Right. And they just don't do that whatsoever. No. With that said, I know a lot of guys out there think the NEW days were the best. That's fine too. I personally don't think that, but.
You want to hear the same Ronald Reagan imitation replayed three times during the show?
We did some great.
Remember that? Oh, we did.
We did some great stuff.
Remember how we used to replay a lot of stuff and people get angry with us? Mm-hmm. I heard that, dude. Which is fine, but it's just an example that, now we carry a show for at least 4 hours of new stuff that's, I would put it as fun and entertaining.
I remember the NEW days and maybe even the early XM days, going home going, wow, we sucked today.
Yeah, sucked ass today.
And
it was very hit or miss.
I can't remember the last time I actually walked home thinking we sucked today. There might have been a segment or a guest or something, sure. But I'm talking about the overall show day in and day out. I can't remember. It's been at least 2+ years where I walked home and go, wow, we really just sucked today.
So you would you would say we did good.
We did good.
All right, quick, go to the flow chart. We did good. Yes. Where do we go to there? Oh, wait.
Problem.
I guess we have a problem.
But with NEW, I remember walking home a lot or driving home or taking the train home going, wow, we sucked today, but we'll do better tomorrow. But what makes that hard as far as remembering is we only played the best of the best from that era.
We're not gonna play one of those suck ass shows.
That would be a great best of.
One of the suck ass shows in its entirety, like with no edits or anything.
And then people might
be like, "Wow,"
might have a better picture of everything.
Oh God, why are they playing music?
Yeah,
So
whatever. Sirius XM. I'm waiting for my thank you. We gave you guys massive fucking press the last 2 days.
Great publicity.
And guess what? In a positive way for once. I mean,
it was for what we do. That was absolutely
part of the news story that was ongoing.
Right.
And it's not like he was just some regular citizen. He was a congressman. And again, a lot of places would have put that out. As soon as they got it, Press Hilton would have put that up. Any other place that could have put it up would have put it up.
We attached ourselves
to a massive story.
The biggest story at least in the country. At least. It's a worldwide story.
Yeah.
But as far as being the biggest story in the country, we were the fucking the highlight, the end, the crescendo of that was this fucking show.
Yeah, but these guys,
I got a positive email. I did get a positive email from Gary.
From your doctor? Say positive AIDS.
He sent a good email.
But those are the guys I'm talking about. Those are the cute guys.
Rob said something very nice.
Those are the cute guys. I don't even have a problem with. See, look, they're the smiley face guys. I don't have a problem with them, but I know in my soul they're not capable of moving this show forward. They could do some day in and day out type stuff for us, and I appreciate that, yes, if you need to know the truth. But as far as moving the show forward and getting real momentum for the show, I don't see that ever happening with those guys.
No.
And I've told the proper people that, so... it's just what it is. Maybe someday. I don't know. I can't wait around waiting for that day.
No.
Problem is, it all comes down. Everything rolls downhill, and when the attitude of above is just the attitude that comes downhill. That's all it is, and it will never change from here up. It has to change from up down. It will never change from here up, though. Nothing will be done here that ever makes other people who can do things for the show do things for the show. Because they're too worried about doing things for themselves. It won't make them do anything for the show. It's almost like the head has to be right before the body kind of is. It's like it's inspiration. But there's no way this show will ever do anything that motivates people to promote the show or to do things that they haven't been doing it for all this time.
I understand all that, but they don't even do the basics. Yeah. Like the PR department, I don't even know who they are. We used to know those people.
Yeah.
They don't even contact us. They don't email us. They don't call us. They don't stop by the studio to go, wow, you guys are pretty much on every news station. You're in every paper. How do we capitalize on this?
How about, here's an example. How about you call, as a station, you call some of these entertainment shows, interview shows, whatever, and sit us down and say, hey guys, after the show, we're going to do such and such show. This one, we spoke with these people. We're setting up interviews for you guys. We want you to talk about it, get the name of the company and the show out there.
Right.
And then we just one after another, bang, bang, bang these things out.
Right. If we felt like it. I'm not even sure what we would have done.
Whatever. But at least say, hey, do you want us to, take the fucking ball and go to some of these shows and get your side of the story out or whatever?
Yeah.
It was just, hey,
nothing.
Hey.
Know what they thought was great? Putting us on the front page of Sirius. What is the website? And I swear to God, I don't know.
SiriusXM.com.
Okay, that's what it is. I really don't know. I was about to say Sirius.com. I would have been wrong. That's what they did. They feel like they did their job, and we're already off.
I just see a steering wheel.
Oh no, they moved us down already.
Oh, we're after the.
We were the first thing you saw when you went to SiriusXM.com yesterday, and people were emailing me and tweeting me, going, "Look, guys, the company does care." That's what they thought was what they needed to do.
Yeah.
I work for this place. I don't go to that website. Why would I go to SiriusXM.com? There's no reason to go there. There really isn't. And most of the listeners, they're not going to SiriusXM.com.
Unless maybe you want to subscribe, I guess.
And that's,
can you do that online?
And that's preaching to the converted already.
Right,
so it doesn't even matter that you poke our heads on your fucking front page. Who gives a fuck? What else are you doing?
Wait, you don't think that's good promotion for the show? You don't think the website is seen by all these new people who don't know the show, that they're all looking at the website's front page?
Drop in.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
When it comes to websites, it's not even a blip.
But I understand they actually hung a sign in the building as well.
Yes.
Which is very good.
So the employees know we work here.
Between the pretzels and the Diet Mountain Dew.
Which will probably be cut off.
In the food room.
You mentioned it.
Right.
Yeah.
They didn't know there was Diet Mountain Dew in there. So what they're going to do now is take it away.
Well, the lawyers have decided that, God forbid, you're drinking Diet Mountain Dew and somebody gets some spilled on their clothing, we could be held liable for a cleaning bill.
Sure. I hear you. I hear you.
Unbelievable. I'm sorry that, some of you guys don't like the bitching, but I don't know what to tell you.
We do like bringing you in on the, into this show and into what we're dealing with on a daily basis.
Should feel really good about ourselves because the last couple of days was pretty amazing. But I now know, this is why we brought it up. It'll just go back to where it was before that. And, the PR department stuff could have maybe pushed this forward a little bit to make it, last a little longer and maybe, get the show a step higher or something.
Yeah.
Or the company could have done that, and they just choose not to.
And they never will make another decision. Then they never will.
I know, but that's not okay with me anymore. It's just not okay with me anymore. JJ in New Hampshire. JJ.
Morning, boys.
Morning, JJ.
Hello.
Hey, going back to the whole LeBron thing. The rumor is that Rashard Lewis, he used to play for Orlando, not sure where he is at this point, but the rumor is that he slept with LeBron's fiancée during the playoffs. A lot of people are skeptical because last year when Boston knocked them out, the rumor came out that Delonte West had slept with his mother.
Yeah, 2 years in a row in the playoffs, there's this weird thing happening with LeBron James.
Maybe he's a really jealous guy and somebody knows that and they get these rumors started.
Oh.
Maybe he's one of those guys that freaks out and is possessive.
Very good.
But then again, why with his mom last year not? Who knows?
Well, his mom is a little...
It's embarrassing. Maybe it's embarrassing and he can't handle the embarrassment.
His mom's been a bit of an embarrassment to him.
Has she?
Oh, yeah.
He's just a head case, and the media is not covering it because already in the playoffs this year, he was asked a question, Dwayne Wade was asked a question, LeBron called it retarded in the microphone. Mm-hmm. And then the other day, someone asked him why he only scored 8 points, and he basically was like, I did everything else on the court. You need to start looking at, maybe next time you can ask a better question.
No, that's a really...
head case.
You know what? If you're going to be put up to the level of a Michael Jordan, yeah, that's a great question. Why did you only score 8 points in a playoff game? Fucking, I hate Scottie Pippen. What a dope.
Yep.
LeBron James has absolutely not proven himself yet in the playoffs in general. And you got Scottie Pippen saying he's better than Michael Jordan. Go fuck yourself. He certainly is not. You need the mental game, too, and LeBron James is proving he just doesn't have it.
He resented being in Jordan's shadow all those years, and now he's trying to show that he's his own man and he's independent. It's like,
yeah, good for you. I hope it fucking bites you in the ass. LeBron James in the fourth quarter yesterday when the team needed him most, because Dwayne Wade was kind of injured with a hip thing, but he came back into the game. He scored 2 lousy points. And I think the only 2 points he scored was almost when it didn't matter, right? I was reading in the paper today.
There's a couple of good videos of him taking major league flops this year in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. I believe one's called LeBron is a bitch, and the other is LeBron flops again. If you can find them, it's clear that he's never even touched, and he just dives to the floor.
Yeah, he's a head case, man. I don't know if this rumor is true with Rashard Lewis. I don't know what the deal is, but the fact is he's a head case 2 years in a row now in the playoffs.
Scottie Pippen looks like a Mr. Potato Head. He really does look like a Mr. Potato Head.
He looks like African artwork.
One of those masks.
Yeah, his face is long and his nose is long but wide and thin. He's awful.
He should be on a totem pole.
He's just awful.
Bunch it up, boys. Thanks.
All right, yeah, but mainstream media is not covering, obviously, the Rashard Lewis rumor. But, man, that was like almost the #1 Twitter trend yesterday. Everyone was discussing it. So, and LeBron James, when he's not playing, walks around like he's Clark Kent. He has these big, over-the-top, black-rimmed Clark Kent-type glasses.
Really?
And I think that's on purpose, by the way.
Superhero?
Yeah, I think he's basically saying, look, when I'm not playing, I'm just a Clark Kent guy.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
What is that?
That's where he...
He's doing the Jay-Z glasses.
Jay-Z.
He got it from Jay-Z.
Oh, my God.
Jay-Z has earned wearing weird glasses like that. LeBron James hasn't.
Takes his clothes off in a phone booth, giant N on his chest.
For what?
What?
Why would he have an N on his chest?
By the way, I don't like those stupid glasses Jay-Z is wearing, because what that is that's the alternative comic thing where they pretend they don't think that they're beautiful and hip. Like, hey, I'm just an ugly, stupid nerd, but meanwhile they think they're quirky geniuses who are handsome. That's that. Like, hey, guys, I'm just a regular guy, kind of a nerd. You know, but deep down he thinks he's the coolest motherfucker on the planet who can overcome nerd glasses.
Right.
Buddy Holly, that's good. Yeah, Buddy Holly had that thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I think
we saw how things worked out for him.
So in the black community, that's the thing. These big, over-the-top, black rim glasses.
Is that new?
It must be.
Is that a new thing?
Gazelles were popular years ago. Remember Gazelles? Gazelle glasses? Nobody?
Kango hat?
Who the fuck were you guys? Kango hats.
We weren't a member of the Lords.
Oh, well, that's true. You didn't see the gang shit.
No, if I saw the actual glasses, I would go, yes. I don't know it by
that
name.
was a big name in like the early 80s, 83, 84.
Look up Gazelle glasses. So we all go,
Gazelle.
Yeah, they were big.
I know I bummed out a couple guys today, Gary and Rob, but the fact is you guys probably should have pushed PR to maybe see if they could have done something with all the press we got the last 2 days.
And to be honest, I did get a couple of, wow, that was really cool that
from
happened.
Those guys.
From
That's
those
nice.
guys, yeah.
I said that.
Yeah. I know. And I did too. I got, good job. That was great.
Yeah.
Awesome. From those guys.
Gary said there's a lot of press, a lot of great hits from, he was sending emails, and Rob made a remark.
But again,
I think Steve said something too.
They're the cute guys.
They're kind of just cute.
The cute
It's amazing
guys.
how us ugly guys can be cute.
That's hilarious. The cute guys.
They're just not cute in a way like,
No, it's just cute. They walk
cute.
around.
The other definition of cute is just cute.
And play workplace.
Right. And
like
kids.
Like kids running around.
Yeah.
Isn't it cute on commercials when you see a kid in a suit and tie and, Uncle Paul.
It's kind of like...
And they're talking like, hey, that report is due. And the other guy's like, I'll work on it. And they're kids, and you're like, oh, that's adorable.
I got even a better example.
All right.
Now that I'm a father, it's going to come a time where I'm going to have to, when I start playing stuff with my kid, I'm going to have to let him win.
Oh.
So we walk around every once in a while, kind of let them
win.
Let them think they might be in charge and all. It's cute.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
They're like the babies in the stock commercials, like that are pretending, but they're in a crib.
Yeah,
they're in a
like,
crib.
Oh, you're a baby. You're not going to do
come on, your
anything.
golf game stinks. What are you talking about?
Right.
I invest with E-Trade.
But they're just a baby.
They're
so
just babies.
They're just cute.
They're saying all these things, but there's crap in their diaper. That's pretty much it.
I get it.
My nephew is a really good baseball player. He's been playing since he was 3 or 4. He's now 13. He's really good.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's whatever, but he is really good for his age. Okay. I remember when he first started out, we would pitch the ball and there'd be a little bunt, and he had to run to first base, and you would run and oh God, I don't know what I'm gonna do, and you fumble the bunt, and
meanwhile you could get him out in a second.
Yes.
That's
what happens around here.
You just
if you need
fumble
to
the
know.
ball a little. Look, we bobble the ball to make you feel good every so often. Okay?
Exactly.
Okay.
And just to make this really hurt, this isn't a bit.
No.
Because sometimes they get confused and go, those guys are doing a bit on management again.
Oh,
this isn't a
guys.
bit. You guys are just kind of cute.
Cute.
And then the guys that really matter, they're too busy backing up a fucking money truck to Howard's area. Keep up the good job. You worked 3 out of the last 10 days. You're doing great for the company.
Young Sam is just putting up baby pictures. Just baby pictures on the computer screen.
They're sad babies.
Sad babies, too. They're crying babies.
No. You can't we can't have any exceptions. Can't make any exceptions.
Oh,
today.
no.
Can't make any exceptions.
There's no rule bending. There's no exceptions. There's this fear of setting a precedent that I heard.
There's no exceptions for performers on the platform. There are exceptions for other people on the platform,
of course,
but not for performers.
And when you're doing something artistic, and believe it or not, this does fall into that category. We don't know what we're doing on a daily basis. Things are very fluid. You can't put these strict rules. There are some that have to be adhered to. We understand that. But you can't just put these strict rules that apply to everybody, these blanket rules on something that is so free form and flowing. It just inhibits it.
Eric Logan knew how to look the other way when it was important.
Right.
Simple as that.
We're not talking about looking the other way during a bank robbery. No. It's just something that works for the show.
Looking the other way in a corporate environment in such a way that it wasn't going to be some big, huge problem.
It's not going to be an issue.
Exactly.
It doesn't have to always go to we have a problem.
That's real management.
Right.
I'm still
That's
friends
getting
with
the
Eric.
show.
I'm still friends with him after.
Dude, I'm just hoping fucking Oprah kicks his ass out that door and he moves on to something that we can be part of.
Once he stopped drinking, I had no use for the motherfucker.
But he's a genuine guy. He's not a despicable guy who's out for himself. He's really a genuine guy.
He knew how to accept dick pics that were mailed to him.
Yes, he did.
Love of God, he loved them.
He would never just run into me in a bathroom and go, we need to get you guys out there with wireless mics in Times Square. That's gonna stay with me right up until the end of this fucking contract. I'm looking at him like, wow, you just don't know what we're about. And then I throw it in his face. I'm like, would Howard just fucking walk outside with a wireless mic? Well, he did that, Union Square. I'm like, no, that was because he was announcing to the world he was coming to satellite radio. That was a big fucking deal. That's why that made sense. But he was trying to compare his suggestion for us and Howard doing it. It's two different things.
Are we John Montone?
I don't know. I'm thinking the wireless mics in time. Really?
Opie and Anthony here in Times Square. Absolutely, John. Absolutely. That's a great grumpy baby picture you found there, Sam. Thank you.
Sad babies.
Sad
No,
babies.
it's got to be sad babies.
Are hysterical.
Yeah, that's Mickey. I know him.
Oh, you do not, Uncle Paul.
I sure do.
They're not grumpy. They're not grumpy down the.
Oh, get on Melissa there. Go back up. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
She's inquisitive.
She looks very sad.
What's even funnier in the context of the way you're portraying, it's not just the sad babies, it's the context that you're,
yes.
the comparisons you're making is what's so funny.
Sad babies.
Holy shit.
Because they're helpless. You see, a sad baby is totally helpless.
Patch in Burbank, California. Check it in.
Beautiful downtown Burbank.
Who was that guy with the great voice?
That was the guy from Ronan Martin's Laugh.
Gary Owens.
Let me.
Gary what?
The Gary Owens.
Owens.
Thank you, E-Rock, because
I felt like I almost had it.
I was waiting.
From downtown Burbank.
I was waiting for my computer screen to maybe give the answer, but that would have come at some time, I guess, 7:15. I would have gotten Gary Owens. No, it's still not coming up. Wait for it. Yeah, thank you. Gary Owens, yes.
Patch in Burbank writes, Howard's side of the building looks like Scrooge McDuck's money bin.
Scrooge McDuck's money bin.
Patch.
Oh, that's great.
It's true. And like I said, because his fans will like now attack us or me, whatever. God bless him for getting that deal. God bless him.
Yeah. I mean, really.
It's time for shock jocks to disappear. This Mary Elizabeth Williams is just another dummy.
She's a broad writing about what's funny, and of course she's not going to think.
Well, she played one of her cards in this article, which just discounts everything she's writing about here. By the way,
yeah.
When an explicit photo of Anthony Weiner's purported package hit the web Wednesday after Andrew Breitbart shared it on the Opie and Anthony show, America was stunned to learn that Opie and Anthony are still relevant.
Hey.
That hurts. It turns out the only thing more persistent that Weiner's dong is the allure of the shock jock. Wait, it turns out the only thing more persistent, that probably should say that, then Weiner's dong is the allure of the shock jock.
The allure of the shock jock.
Now,
ladies and gentlemen, be very quiet. We are coming to the shock jock display. They can strike out.
Has our relevance dropped the last few years? I would say yes.
That's her?
Yeah.
I would say yes.
Is that her natural hair color, you think?
I don't know.
Blow that picture up. Let me see her a little closer.
I don't know.
I want to get a bigger view of that. She's like a chick I used to fuck.
Why?
I know. Believe me.
What's that key do? Does that key unlock her heart?
Ugh.
Yeah. She's got a key around her.
She's got a big
neck.
key around her neck. What is that? An oldie time key. One that you could look through the keyhole. Yee. Yeah, a younger version, but she kind of looks like a. Oof, she probably didn't wear a bra for a while too.
By the way, Salon.com.
Yeah.
Aren't they the ones who had the transcript? Didn't they have the transcript at all? But they kept Xing out the parts that are profanity.
Yeah,
they're
shock journalists.
I believe they did. It's amazing the nerve of these fucking people in the media to criticize the way anybody behaves with information.
Yeah.
Why was that relevant to put out the transcript of what this guy said that's sexually explicit? Why would you need to put that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Come on, stop it.
We're shock jocks. Can't do anything.
Our relevance has dropped over the years, but we're certainly still doing very well.
Dude, the relevance is all radio because there's so many medium outlets now. It's like you can go to YouTube and say things. There's so many ways to give and get information.
Right.
All single outlets have dropped as a relevant thing, and it's balanced. It's the way it is. TV, too.
And no one really gets big press anymore unless it is something over the top, by the way.
Right.
When you're doing your job day in and day out, it's hard to write about it.
Radio's changed, amazingly so.
Greg Opie Hughes. Boy, you feel good. You got my real name in your article.
Yeah. Ugh. Why isn't it Anthony?
By the way, no one calls me Greg, you stupid dope.
Why isn't it Anthony Kumia?
Yeah,
I would like that because I don't have a name.
You need some kind of wacky.
I need a wacky name.
You need a wacky nickname like myself.
I need some kind of zany.
By the way, you know how embarrassing it is that I'm in my 40s with the nickname Opie?
Anthony Cumia. Yes.
That'd be good.
Anthony in parentheses. The second Anthony, by the
How
way.
about Anthony comes on you, Cumia?
Because it's CUM.
Yeah, you play it.
I like that whenever I'm calling like a pharmacy or something like that. It's like
The first 3 letters of the last name are C-U-M.
and I giggle in the phone like, she just spelled cum. Oh, it's hysterical.
So you got Opie and Anthony have never had the king of all media cachet of Howard Stern, but like a slew of other, it's gonna be tough for anyone to have a career like Howard Stern. But guess what?
Yes.
We did pretty fucking damn good, man.
Yeah.
We did really well, and we
Right for
continue to do well.
ourselves. I have no regrets except not fucking that girl with the braces.
Oh, back at it.
Yes, no.
Cachet of Howard Stern, but like a slew of other radio bad boys, their infantile shtick has proved surprisingly durable. Surprisingly durable, you stupid bitch, because we do way more than just shocking things every once in a while. But that takes intelligence to figure that out.
She doesn't know what we do. She doesn't know our show.
Right.
Obviously, she knows what she's heard about our over the top shit, the church thing, the mayor thing. She knows that, but she doesn't know this show on a daily basis.
When we go serious and talk about real issues, we do a great job at it, and dare I say a much better job than a lot of the mainstream idiots out there.
Yeah, because it's a lot more honest.
But
we're able to be a lot more honest.
But that means
about
Mary to maybe listen to this show on a regular basis for a little while to form her own opinion and see for herself instead of what you've heard over the years, you dope.
Got to pick which key necklace she's going to put on. She's going to be listening to the show.
But the fact that somebody would write about shock jocks, who uses that anymore?
I know.
Someone that's out of touch.
Oh my!
It is ridiculous.
God,
Someone that's out of touch.
Fucking embarrassing.
Shock jock.
Holy shit!
And
Like that's the article. Shock jocks must go.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow, that's great. 1991. What a relevant article.
Yeah. I was in a speakeasy the other night, and I saw a shock jock.
I never think of shock jocks.
No.
Mary Elizabeth Williams, first of all the shock jocks have disappeared. There was a time, I think we kind of started, to be completely honest with you.
The planes were full of them, Opie. The planes
yeah, they were.
The shock jock was roaming.
Like Buffalo.
The planes of the Midwest, and they just all got gunned down.
Yes.
Yes.
Somewhere around the time we did the Sex with Sam thing, the whole radio world was changing. That might have been the event that put it over the top. I don't know, but
Herds of shock jock.
But that was a big event for radio in general.
Yeah.
And all these guys that were in the shock jock category, including ourselves, had to either adjust or they were going to go away. And most of them have gone away. Everyone could think of some shock jock shows they used to listen to or know of that are no longer on the air because they could not adjust.
Yes.
And that's what we did, you stupid bitch. We adjusted. Can we be shocking still? And do we have that card? Yes. But we don't play it that often anymore.
Very hard
because we had to adjust, you dope.
But I just the idea of her thinking in that terminology is it's a mentally lazy, out of touch writer.
Yeah, but this is a Google thing today, man. This was a Google alert today. It's not a dumb small little blog article.
Imus has a great head of hair.
Yes, he does.
Doesn't Imus just have a great head of hair?
He should comb it like our Bud Dwyer.
I just saw Imus on TV, and it's like, God, he's got a great head of hair.
But his asshole looks like a train wreck.
Oh, Jesus.
So, what are you going to do?
Yeah. Love Imus.
I think he told... never mind.
Yeah.
I hope he knows what he's doing. I'll just say that much.
Sure he does.
I hope so, because I love the guy. Has proved surprisingly durable. Cute.
Yeah.
The duo, who've been coasting on their formulaic combination of outrageous stunts, biting impressions, and guest nut jobs for 16 years now.
Biting impressions. Will. Great. I do all dead people.
First of all, outrageous stunts, not so much.
No.
By the way, I would love her to name one outrageous. What is an outrageous stunt besides something that you've read and you think sounds like journalistic and good to write?
Yeah.
Right.
What is outrageous?
Right.
Why is it not outrageous when any other media outlet releases this stuff.
Yeah.
Why is it not an outrageous stunt when the New York Post, when your fucking website prints all of these transcripts from this guy's private life?
Right.
Why
Shocking.
is that journalism or information giving? But when this show releases something, it is considered an outrageous stunt.
And your example right there is definitely more shocking than a guy drinking eggnog and puking, by the way.
Yeah, please.
And with that said, since we moved into this building a little over 2 years ago, I can't even really think of a outrageous stunt we've done.
Outrageous stunt. We can't even get.
I can't even really think of one
naked in here.
Right.
It's not a.
And as far as guest nut jobs, you want us to list all the guests we've had? Is Larry King a nut job?
Well,
Maybe.
yeah.
Maybe. But he's a big fucking A-lister.
Yeah. Please.
It starts with that. Sugar Ray Leonard. Do we have to name all the amazing guests we've had lately? A-listers?
Vincent D'Onofrio, who caused the entire debacle. Poor Vincent D'Onofrio.
And they're writing articles that he...
I know he's responsible.
we might have to get into that a little later.
It's just one dummy.
One idiot.
For 16 years now, have been fired, fined, and canceled for their behavior, yet still remain persistently on the air. And then she brings back the April Fool's stunt with the mayor thing in '98. Then the
98.
I was thinking the other day when I was riding.
Did it hurt?
I was thinking the other day riding my bike. It happens every 4 years to us.
Oh yeah.
98, 202,
Yeah.
2002. Excuse me. Homeless Charlie 2007. So that's about 5.
Yeah.
And now 2011.
Wow.
Every a little over 4 years, we're good for one.
We're like locusts.
We've had 4 big, huge fucking events now. But she adds the 2006 eggnog drinking contest that ended predictably with the contestant vomiting into somebody's mouth. Yeah, that was
Come on.
About that.
That's predictable.
There's nothing.
You
nothing-
cannot predict that was going to happen. We didn't know.
We didn't write that
Nothing
down.
predictable
No.
about that.
Joe Rogan fucking just blurted it out that he should puke in someone's mouth.
But again, of course, that fucking trying to look younger than she is,
Oh, yeah.
fucking online right. It's not meant for you. You're not supposed to think it's funny because you're not funny. You're not a funny broad. Why would you enjoy that?
Well, she tells us what she thinks is good, though. To their credit, though, they did get Louis C.K. to ask Donald Rumsfeld if he was a lizard from outer space. That's
Right, so she's a lib.
shocking stuff there, Mary, isn't it?
We're not even allowed to play that audio.
What?
Why can't we play the
I was told a while ago it involves bodily fluids, and
What are we not allowed to
The
we're not allowed to
eggnog
play?
audio?
eggnog challenge
Who
thing?
told you that? Who told you that?
It happened already.
I was told by Gary, who said the lawyer said because of the bodily fluid thing.
Bodily fluid thing? Does anyone
place
honestly think we would get
stinks. You
sued or get a fucking get some type of FCC? It's satellite, first of all. That there would be a problem with obscenity or something. Does
It was
anyone
done on terrestrial radio.
Yes, we did it on regular radio.
You dummies! It was done on terrestrial radio.
Hold on. Let me look at the flow chart. Did you do good? Yes, it was good. It was very entertaining. A lot of people
talking about it.
So I got to go to yes.
And it was a YouTube sensation.
Yeah, I'm steering clear of the no one on this, though, because did you do good?
I believe
have to
we
go to
did.
yes. Let me now go down. We have a problem.
Oh, boy.
All right, we have a
I thought
problem.
that time maybe there was another step before we have a
That's what
problem.
I thought, but the flow chart doesn't lie.
I would love for I went to a silly SUNY school, and you're
I'm a high school dropout.
and your dopey lawyers. What is it, 8 to 12 years, something like that? It's
craziness.
crazy, right? I would love for one of these guys to come down here and debate me on this.
Yeah.
And I'm the dumbest one in the room. I have no problem admitting that. I will fucking debate you. How is it that something that was played on regular radio, like Jimmy said, and was done already, it's the past, could possibly be a problem if you replay it?
And I'm willing to say...
Explain that to me.
I'm willing to say, I will bet every dime that's left on my contract, every fucking dime that's left on my contract, that there would never be a fine levied against this company for playing that audio, ever.
What they're afraid of is some obscure, because we're everywhere, and what's obscene here, it's lawyer garbage done by it's stuff that is put out by lazy people who don't want to have to think their way through something.
No.
There's nothing worse to me, and this is a generalization, than a fucking lazy blanket statement attorney. There's nothing that makes me sicker to my fucking stomach than a lawyer like that who just makes blanket statements. Oh, I can't do that.
Yeah.
Because we dealt with them at CBS. They're dummies. I remember talking to them. We're not pornographers. Well, you're not good attorneys either. You can't even debate me. I'm a high school dropout, you moron. I remember sitting in that room with him and our dumb fucking PD, that overrated fucking PD,
Tracy?
and our overrated GM who just happened to have a fucking massive radio star under his fucking belt, and our fucking overrated head of the company over there who was supposed to save things and then just emasculated the whole fucking talk division.
Cut the balls off of the
All
whole
of them were
thing,
dopes.
Yeah, we were there because they wanted to try to cut our dicks completely off that day. I have a question.
Yeah.
For everyone listening down the halls and stuff, because I know they listen. They can't help themselves.
Of course.
They know this is great radio.
No one can. It's amazing.
I want anyone that is listening to my voice right now in this company. See, there's no one down the hall right now. So they're all in their offices cowering and scared that they might be
Thank you for
asked to do something that they know they're not capable of doing.
Thanks for the sad baby pictures again.
Yeah, please.
They're sad, but that's a sad baby.
Anyone, and I mean anyone, other radio guys, office people, engineers.
You are putting the word out.
I'm putting the word out. Anyone here at Sirius XM that is not scared of their own shadow, please walk forward.
They're petrified.
Every single person here is scared of their own shadow.
Well, when the carpet is made of eggshells,
guess what?
It's an amazing thing.
Guess what? I'll fucking pat ourselves on the back right the fuck now. We're not scared of our shadows. And when we saw an opportunity to put our names way the fuck out there, we didn't even think twice.
Yeah, it was taken.
We got to fucking mend some relationships, but we didn't think fucking twice.
But we have a problem.
But like I said, it would lead to a problem.
If this company, by the way, was in charge of NASA back in the time of Apollo 13, there would be, to this day, a capsule orbiting the moon with 3 skeletons in it. Because we have a problem. We don't know. Just 3 skeletons in spacesuits.
I love your analogy. There's a lot of humor there.
Yes.
People are laughing.
Of course.
But you gave the company way too much credit. Sir.
Really?
I think this
thing actually got off the pad?
Yes, I think I think this thing from 1969 until present day would be sitting on a launch pad with a bunch of guys going
scratching their head, lawyers saying, I don't know, the smoke might, somebody could complain.
What do we,
can't play the
Sirius, we have a problem.
What's the problem?
We're still on the pad.
Yeah.
We've been here for a while.
It's okay, Jim. You just sit tight. We'll get back to you in a few more years.
But I'm now 80 years old.
Yeah.
I was a young guy when this started.
I'm 80. We have the equipment. We'd really like to use it to its full potential. Can we light this candle?
No, the lawyers say no. Confused baby pictures now.
Oh, good.
The baby's got his giant baby head in his hands. And he's like, I don't know what to do.
Sure, but you got to show him.
Oh, Uncle Paul.
And we're not even, we're not even asking for much.
No.
We're not asking to go back to the old days. We understand things have absolutely changed, but wow, have you pulled way the fuck back. You've pulled more back than you have to is basically our theme here.
You can't play.
We can't play audio that already happened that's all over the fucking place.
Wow.
They want to make history go away. It's hilarious to me.
No, I found out when we were looking at the duty war stuff, like Big Boy Makes a Duty, those
Can't play
kind
that?
of thing. It has to be edited, like...
Oh, you have to edit on satellite radio. You have to
That was
edit.
done on terrestrial radio.
bodily
Holy
fluid. There's a policy with bodily
fucking
fluids, and
shit.
this all came up in a discussion.
Policy.
No, but the policy isn't it things that are happening in the studio?
Yeah,
The
you would
policy.
So wait, we can't play. Hold on. If there's a news story where they show somebody vomiting, we can't play that news story. No. If there's a news story,
That I don't know.
or if there's a clip, say there's a clip from a movie, like here's a scene in Clockwork Orange,
Right.
where Malcolm McDowell comes home from raping and doing whatever it is those sweet boys would do, and he's pissing into the toilet. It's a behind shot.
Right.
We cannot play the audio from Clockwork on this fucking radio show?
That I do not know.
How about we get an answer on that, because that's a bodily fluid thing from a rated R film.
Right.
And that was a real piss, because Malcolm has said it's a real piss. Yeah, how about this? The baby's vomiting on America's, on ABC.
Oh, my God.
There's a clip, you fucking dumb, lazy motherfuckers, on ABC of babies vomiting.
Vomiting babies in the guy's mouth. There's a baby vomiting in a guy's mouth.
It was on ABC.
On ABC.
That's pretty much what we
Yes.
did with adults.
Yes.
But we can't, but can we, hold on, look, can we play that?
I don't think
We
so.
can't play that clip from ABC.
But the point is,
Ew. Ew, babies are disgusting.
the point is they don't want that type of radio. That's fine, I guess, because you're running the place.
Ugh.
But to actually say we can't play something that already happened that's where you completely lose me.
That's ABC. And that, what was it, America's Funniest Home Videos or one of those shows? So all the satellite radio subscription holders that happen to be listening right now, that's what this, you can't play a bodily fluid vomiting audio thing. But on YouTube, there's something from ABC where children are vomiting, and we technically cannot play that.
But it can play on
ABC.
ABC.
The most emasculated place, network television.
Yes.
But here, we can't play it.
I was told that if it's the policy now, it applies to material currently, future, and stuff that's happened in the past.
In the past.
Uh-huh. I would love somebody to explain that one. I would love to hear that.
Well, someone go down the hall. Isn't one of the guys here today? Yeah.
Like I said,
One of the cute guys are here today?
every dime left on my contract, I will wager that if we played the vomiting clip, that they would never have to pay a fine on it.
What's the fine? What's the finable offense? It's theater
Yeah.
of the mind. You're hearing something.
Right.
Back to
You know it did happen.
Amazing.
Sam ran down
Yeah.
the hall. Back to It's Time for Shock Jocks to Disappear by Mary
right,
Elizabeth
yes.
Williams.
As we look at her fine picture.
I'm
with
reading her
T
Twitter,
around
too.
her neck.
She's terrific.
We're attacking everybody today. There's something both blatantly offensive and quaintly old-fashioned about the shock jock and about the idea that men like Don Imus, who in 2007 referred to the Rutgers women's basketball team as a pack of nappy-headed hoes. Why do people that try to come across as intelligent human beings don't understand the Imus situation to this fucking day? It might not be your sense of humor, but that was a fucking joke, and a funny one at that. Why don't intelligent people understand that yet, 4 years later?
Because she's a lazy writer. This is lazy referencing. It's lazy.
He was going for an edgy joke.
She knows
you
that.
stupid fuck.
She knows that.
Or Bubba the Love Sponge, who said after last year's devastating earthquake in Haiti that the county ought to tap the hooker market to get things back on track. Maybe 500,000 Haitians that will end up not being around tomorrow. It's a cleanse. Are still gainfully employed.
But I know.
I don't understand that one. I don't know what
She's saying why when people make these jokes, but look what she references as brilliant satire, and she's right, it is brilliant satire, but the nerve of this is what's everything that's wrong with people like this. What she likes is brilliant satire, but what radio guys do, she finds tasteless.
Right.
It's a sickening double standard.
And plus I would tell Mary Elizabeth Williams if she came on our show, but that ain't happening because she'll hide. You could point out maybe something Bubba the Love Sponge did, or something we did, or something Imus did. But you gotta look at their whole body of work.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
You could point out a day that we said something horrible, or a day Bubba the Love Sponge said something horrible, or a day Imus said something horrible. Do you realize when Imus did the nappy-headed hose thing?
Nappy-headed hose. Sorry I did that.
He had everybody from the political world on his show on a regular basis. Mary Elizabeth fucking Williams.
Yeah.
So his whole body of work was pretty damn impressive. And then he said something that got him fucked, unfortunately. You'd think after decades of FCC baiting and outrage inciting, the pee-pee poo-poo radio format would by now seem as dated as a 30-year-old copy of truly tasteless jokes and as boring as, well, the jocks themselves.
Oh, God. Come on.
But it turns out that for a certain audience, sexist gags comparing women to toilets just never gets old. In the age of Sirius, where jocks are at long last free to say shit on the air, the anything goes douchebag seems downright indestructible. Oh, sweet freedom of speech! Exclamation point. What was perhaps once an outrageous and archaic rock and roll style seems now just as lazy and bored as a hooker in an on-air hot dog eating contest. It's not just that being vulgar and outrageous can't be fantastic, but Opie and Anthony possess none of the crazed jackassness of a Johnny Knoxville.
Which she must like.
Or the politically naughty brilliance of South Park.
Which she must like.
We've done some intelligent South Park type shit on the show, you stupid bitch.
But again, it's her opinion on what she likes as an acceptable satire.
Of course. Even Howard Stern, for all his Weiner press conference crashing, has... Wait, so when Howard Stern's people, she's okay with them, even Howard Stern, for all his Weiner press conference crashing, has the impassioned air of a man who occasionally balances talk of Blumpkins with an impassioned and very personal investment in First Amendment freedom.
Because she likes it.
Mm-hmm.
And again, that's why she's a pig and a lazy writer, because when you start separating stuff like that, like, well, what he did was this kind of insightful free speech thing, but what you guys did is disgusting. It's because she likes him and doesn't like the show. Yeah. But she won't just come out and say, look, it's all the same, but I like this, I don't like that. Right. She has to make it like there's a legit reason why one is legit and why one is not. I shouldn't have said legit 3 times, but, you know, that's what she's doing.
Compare any of that with what went down when Sirius journalist, professor of cell phone penis shot Andrew Breitbart says, possessor, sorry. I gotta eat, by the way. I'm fucking shaking. my blood sugar level just dropped. If you need to know, I'll try that again. Compare any of that with what went down with Sirius journalist / possessor of cell phone penis shot Andrew Breitbart. Says his host used a surveillance camera that's in the room and did a screen cap of it and put it out there. These people have admitted that they did this surreptitiously.
Surreptitiously. I know her. Sarah.
And illicitly. And they lied in the process, saying that they didn't even have a camera in the place. It's an unusual assertion, given the fact that it appears his visit to the show is being openly recorded, but Opie Hughes likewise asserts that Breitbart did not want this picture to be released. Perhaps Breitbart had confused a show that has conducted Christmas-time homeless shopping sprees with the Jim Lehrer News Hour.
What's wrong with the shopping sprees, but that we're not able to do anymore? Also, isn't that great?
I remember. Yeah.
Remember those?
I forgot we used to do that.
Big news, big crowds.
Of their Weiner tweeting shenanigans, Opie Hughes took to YouTube Wednesday to explain that after a fan grabbed an image off the video and sent it to them, it was a race to see who could tweet the picture the fastest. Yeah, that's honesty. That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what we did. Unfortunately, I don't think we were thinking. All right, the rest of my quote. That's them in a nutshell. There's no joke there, no punchline, not even a question. Just a bunch of guys sitting around looking at another guy's penis and laughing. That's long past the point of being shocking, and it sure as hell isn't funny. It's just pathetic and very, very tired. There was no punchline there. That was something we did because it was extremely newsworthy that everyone else was trying to do.
Huge fucking story.
It was extremely newsworthy. That's what that was about.
If CNN or Fox would have, like...
They were all trying to figure out how to put it out there.
I mean...
They were all just trying to figure out how they put the penis picture out there and save face. That's what that was about.
Because it's us. It's, shock jocks being shocking.
Yeah, there was no punchline there. We were the ones that put the damn picture out there because it was an extremely newsworthy event for a lot of people.
Exactly.
And we took our fucking shot.
Correctamundo.
All right.
Why don't a couple of guys eat?
Yeah, I might pass out.
Oh,
By the way, what's the answer on?
blood away.
By the ways here.
Blood away.
We can play stuff like Baby Bird in clips and discuss it, but it cannot be played in its entirety.
What's the difference with that?
Fucking
Because
place.
it's bodily fluid.
Just
doesn't make
stinks.
any sense.
It just
In their
fucking-
minds, though, what's the
one.
difference? I
What's
think we
the
should be able to play it, obviously.
Because
But
people might
why-
think that. Here's why.
But why would they allow just a little bit of it?
Because
Here's
we're
why.
just-
Because that will establish it was in the past and not happening right now.
Because we're discussing it and kind of like it was an event.
Oh, Jimmy, look out. Wait, Jimmy, I'm not feeling good. I just puked all over Jimmy.
you can't do
I just puked all over Jimmy. I'm sorry.
Oh, my God.
Jump out.
Oh, no. Vomits everywhere. Oh, I'm sorry, Sam. I hit you with my vomit. Wait a minute.
no.
Oh, no, Travis. I just puked. There's puke everywhere.
Why did you eat this?
Is that a problem?
Yes.
Fuck.
Yeah, we're off the air right now.
Morons. Fucking morons.
And their silly little pea brains, they why would they think that's okay?
I've been told many times that just because it happened back then doesn't mean it's okay to replay now.
Absolutely.
If we couldn't-
By the way, can somebody down the hall explain how that vomiting baby clip? Can we play the audio of the vomiting baby clip?
Yes,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
said
you can do that.
You can cover.
It has to do with
You
what happened
can-
in this
I
studio.
see, but
You
it didn't
can
happen
cover
in
it.
the
It didn't
studio.
happen in this
But
studio.
but it didn't happen.
It happened on
in
terrestrial
this
radio
studio.
at K-Rock.
It happened, you dummies, on a place where they fucking play Cars for Kids commercials incessantly. You blithering idiots.
If you can't get away with it now, that doesn't make it okay that you got away with it.
But again, we can't get away with that. Oh, because it happened here in the
Get
studio.
away with
So
it.
if we can't get away with it now, basically,
It's not a matter of the studio. It's a matter of holding an event where the purpose is to vomit.
but that wasn't the purpose. The purpose was to drink as much eggnog as you can. But because somebody died since then,
Right.
we can't. Oh, I see. I see. This
And cover it as an event.
and
Not have the event.
you suck, man.
and
Yeah.
I got two things.
Yeah.
First, they're running this place like Russia.
No.
Russia, I think, was the only country that was able to actually adjust history and make people believe it.
Yes.
They actually adjusted their own history.
Yes. Revisionist history. Very
and then
good.
you got Dennis in Westchester with this. Dennis, go
Denny?
ahead. Go ahead, Dennis.
2 weeks ago, when Howard was off for the 15th time this year,
Yeah.
they played the grossest week ever. And they were clips from the 90s. That wasn't that long ago, right?
Well, they were probably discussing it. They were probably discussing it as a clip show. That's what their article would be. Well, they were discussing it as events that occurred.
No, Grossest, it wasn't a clip show. It was a best of.
No, it was the grossest week ever. The clips were 25 minutes long.
Yeah, it was best of.
The clips are 25.
Oh, you know what that is? I'll tell you what that is.
Yeah.
Because Howard was able to get complete control of his channel.
Yes.
So people who do not understand anything about what they're doing on radio cannot affect what he plays on his channel.
Yep.
I believe that's what happens when an artist has creative control. They make their channel a certain way and it's entertaining.
Yeah, that's
But you have a girl forcing herself to throw up all over your chest.
That's great. But I'm saying that's what it should be.
look, man. They were
It should
clips,
be.
25-minute clips. That's why.
But what's the difference between that and playing Baby Bird, which is sort of long?
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Do you
There's
just
no
want
difference.
my guess?
Yeah.
My guess is that they would say Howard wasn't working for Sirius when that happened. We were working for XM when that happened. That would be my guess. I don't know if that's the correct answer.
But why
but
would that matter out there
Holy
to the
God.
people that might cause problems?
doesn't make sense.
Doesn't matter.
It
I'm
wouldn't
not saying it makes
matter.
sense.
No, you are,
No,
Travis.
I'm definitely not.
Sure.
I should throw up on you again.
That'd be
You
hot.
can't do that in here.
No, of course not.
So he had
Thank
gross.
you very much, guys.
All right,
He
man.
had,
Thanks, man.
he had gross out week. and we can't play Baby Bird. One of the greatest things we've done as far as the shocking
Shock
category.
jockery.
We showed it in front of 10,000 people at PNC.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
just
I forgot
fucking-
about that.
Oh, it's just,
How many fines were levied?
Can I say thank God? I'll say thank God for this place for one thing. My mortgage is paid in full.
Oh, bro.
I'm 100%
Yes.
clean.
Wow.
I do not at all need it. It's
Great.
amazing to
That
have
is
that.
fucking great.
Do you understand how beautiful that is?
My God, Jimmy.
That's why I dumped every dollar into principal.
It's going to be sad because I know what this could be, and it's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen.
The magic of satellite radio was the fact that we were able to do all these things that we could not do on terrestrial radio. But
So what are they going to?
cat videos are hysterical.
What are they going to? What are they going to do in a couple of years? Is this just going to be one giant jukebox?
I guess
I guess that's what they're going for.
one big jukebox.
But will that be successful with everything else coming up?
I don't know what, like fucking Rhapsody and
Or like iPods? Yes, that's what people want to do.
Pandora. Great
Smart
one.
move.
The Wi-Fi's they're now Wi-Fiing every single park in the New York area.
Yeah, it's
iCloud.
The iCloud.
iCloud coming out.
Like they're gonna. I hope they know what they're doing. That's on them.
The
not me.
only they don't understand that the only thing separating satellite radio from any of those other mediums is original programming, not
Content.
music. It's original content.
Original content.
Original content, which is talk radio. People coming in and very organically and naturally talking. And they're just putting the what I call kibosh on that whole thing with these restrictions and legalese that they throw at us. And if they think that that's going to work, they're loco. I say crazy, cuckoo.
Jimmy's slumping.
It's a level of disgust which is just, it goes beyond. I can't even. It's like you can only for so many days put a positive spin on it in your own mind. It literally is an utter creative lack of respect that I feel. Not for me, but for them.
It's a baby on a computer.
I told
on a
you they knew how to
laptop.
do that. Yeah.
He downloaded those pictures, didn't he, Uncle Paul?
Yes, he did.
That's hilarious, though. Babies doing things that management would do.
There was,
of course.
There was 3 giant things that happened to us in the last week alone.
Yeah.
Okay, we had the Paris Hilton thing.
Yeah.
And I on my own made a video and put it up there, and the company felt like that
Damn
was
you.
a major problem.
Damn you to hell.
That video was going to go everywhere. It still kind of went places because our listeners were smart enough to take my video and make copies of it, and
Certainly,
I thank
certainly.
you. I thank you for doing that. Okay.
Certainly.
But that video, if it was just left alone, I guarantee there was going to be no problem from Paris Hilton's people, and that would have been another massive hit for us. Okay, we fell short on that, but that was a biggie, and that was another thing that the PR department should have came to us about, because that people were really curious about Paris Hilton being such a dud on our show, and they could have probably worked that.
Yeah.
Okay, you had that happen. That really just annoyed the hell out of us, going, what the fuck, does this company understand anything? And then there was the Jim Norton not being able to get the Lady Gaga photo, but it was the way he was told that just drove all of us nuts, including Jim Norton, okay?
Yeah.
Drove
And
nuts, to interrupt you for 1 second, it was drove nuts is not even the term. It's kind of like just, it's almost like a level of calm came with it, like a level of finality. Mm-hmm. That's how I feel. Mm-hmm. It's
you know what this is about now.
It is
officially.
such a loathing I feel.
Yeah.
That I can't. There's no coming back from it.
And then we do the Weiner thing, and they didn't know how to capitalize on that whatsoever. They thought what they needed to do was put our faces on the front page of Sirius.com.
Well, that's cool.
SiriusXM.com.
Oh, that's great.
So they felt like they did their jobs there.
Yeah.
That's just in the last week alone.
Yeah.
Just nothing but disappointment, to be honest with you. Big things happening, and not understanding, how to use that and capitalize on it. And of course, the Lady Gaga is just a simple simple case of just trying to take care of your people a little bit.
It never happened.
Guys, Guys, it's been an hour and a half of just negativity. Could you get a little positive? I mean, the good things are happening around here. Just look at the flow chart. Oh, wait a minute.
That's the call. Believe me, that's the call.
Here's positivity.
Yeah.
It motivated me to write a lot.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There are some residual ripples. It's a ripple effect that is good.
God.
That happens from the bad rock that's dropped in the water. The ripples are good sometimes.
All I ask, Ann, is when you start broadcasting from home in a year.
Yeah.
You just have me as a guest every once in a while.
Of course.
All right.
It's man, I posted a nice picture last night. The lighting trusses are going up. So I want to have all those light stands to bang into.
Anthony's home studio is better than the studio we broadcast from every morning.
Absolutely is.
His microphones are way better. I asked for lousy gels on these lights because I think they're giving us skin cancer at this point. And they can't even do that. They can't even soften the lights, so we have to dim them as we're almost in the dark here. Because that's the only way I could handle these lights.
You know why? It has to go through so many channels. Instead of us going, you know something, we'd like some gels on the lights, and then just have somebody go, all right, they go online to a lighting gel place and go, here's some choices. We pick one, and then they order it. And they actually just put them on without it having to go through 50 people who will go, yeah, we'll get right on that.
I explained it to them because I do try to work around.
Explain it to them.
I do try to work around their rules. I really do. I'm not always rogue. I do try to work around some of this shit.
Rogue.
And I said to these guys, we all have really good cameras now on our phones, with our iPhones and my Atrix. and I just got an amazing HD video camera. But the problem is with this lighting in here and some of the colors that we sort of worked on a little bit, our pictures come out really shitty.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, they do. They actually do come out weird in here.
Really shitty.
Yeah.
And I said to these guys a while ago, it's the lighting. Please give me some gels. Please give me some lighting. That's all it would take. Because some of these photos, like if you got a picture of Paris Hilton in your studio, that could go places. But it always comes out so shitty that there's no reason for anyone to push the photo forward.
Look at that greatness. I wonder what's going to happen if I ever sell the house. What's going to happen to that?
You better hope fucking Imus or Stern needs a place to live.
I know.
Who else can afford a place with a radio station in it? You better hope fucking fucking Ted Clear Channel is buying a house.
Stern could use your house as a vault for his money.
Yeah, true.
When he runs
I
out.
don't know. I think we need more square footage for that.
When he runs out of space.
Oh, Christ. Oh, Jesus H. Christ.
He worked 3 out of the last 10 days. Oh, my God.
That's fantastic.
That's a dream come true.
God, would that be fan-fucking-tastic.
3 out of 10.
Oh.
For way the fuck more than we make.
So you took a day off.
Yeah, I'm sorry we did that. We'll make it up to you.
Is there a problem?
Yeah, I was projectile vomiting. I didn't feel too good, so...
Oh, well. First of all, you can't take off. Secondly, don't talk about your projectile vomiting on the air, because we can't do that.
What? Can I?
Just look at the flow chart. All right, see you tomorrow. Maybe.
Had it.
It's so stupid.
It's so dumb.
No surprise, though, by the way.
No.
This is exactly what I expected.
Of course.
Exactly what I expected.
Of course.
We got a break. I'm passing out.
Yeah, we got to eat.
Because now when I get in trouble for this, I'm going to claim, look, and I have witnesses, I haven't eaten yet, so I don't even know what I'm saying. I can't think clearly.
Did somebody go for coffee?
It's just amazing.
When we get back, Ant,
Yeah.
Barbara Walters.
Why don't you send one of the interns? Oh, that's right. We don't have. But they're getting right on that, by the way, from the meeting that we took 3 months ago.
I love I think it was about 3 or 4 months ago, they said, we're making progress.
Making progress? What are you fucking...
They can't even figure out how to bring interns back to one of their biggest shows. They can't even figure that out.
It's astounding.
If I was like in charge here on the programming level, you know
Yeah.
what I'm talking about, I would march right the fuck up there and talk to
And
the
go,
proper people
and
and
go.
say, look, knock it off. It's a big, important show and they need interns. That's what I would do.
Hits One, 3 new interns have started. On Does Hits One need 3 interns?
Look, I understand they don't kick their interns in the balls, but
Yes, of course.
with that said, I think we could move forward from that event.
Yes, the moving forward thing is what we have to work on. Holy
There's an
fuckeroni.
alien on Imus. Oh, is that Bernie? Holy shit. Frightening.
Oh, that was Combs.
Oh,
I meant
well, they're
Bernard.
both, yeah, Bernard.
That's
with his-
Combs, the bald guy?
No.
Oh, that's Bernard.
No, Bernard.
Yeah, but Combs looks more like an alien with his hair than
Well,
fucking
No,
Bernard.
Combs looks like a wax figure with a fucking straw hat on. Bernard just looks fucking.
Bernard looks like he's coming out of a ship to greet Richard Dreyfuss.
Yeah, he really does.
He does.
Holy shit.
Look at him. He should be giving anal probes
I
to
know.
Midwestern Hicks.
Hey, did you star in Westworld?
Wow, very good.
It makes me laugh. Hi, Miss in the Morn. I remember as Cardinal O'Connor, he made some reference that Amish should get AIDS. This many years ago. That's great. Very funny. Oh, bodily fluid. Sorry. Blood. Sorry, guys.
When we get back,
Yeah.
we got this day in O&A history, a new little thing we're trying.
Uh-oh, hope we can play it.
We also have the O&A TV edit, a new thing we're trying.
Uh-huh.
We got Colbert talking
Colbert,
about us
I wanna hear that.
for the second day in a row. I did not hear this yet.
I heard it was brilliant.
Was it good?
That's what I hear.
We also have the Warrior puts out a YouTube video exposing Hulk Hogan.
Oh, shit.
We love Warrior audio.
What, did we go back in time or something? The Warrior is exposing Hulk Hogan. Is this an old clip from like the early 90s?
Tuesday is when it went up.
Oh, okay.
Tuesday.
He's
Early
basically-
90s Tuesday. Okay.
He's basically blaming Hulk Hogan on Macho Man's death, I think.
What?
I think, yeah.
Crazy.
He has such a hatred for Hulk Hogan.
Wow.
Warrior's flowchart
Yeah.
goes to blame Hulk Hogan
Blame
for
Hulk
everything.
Hogan?
Yeah, I think so.
And I have a great money-raising idea, which I will bring to the show.
Well, this I want to
And
hear.
Ron
Do tell.
and Fez talk about Roland crying.
Ah.
I did not forget.
I didn't hear that.
I did not forget.
Let me hear
Let's
that.
go make love real quick.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. Now let me hear you say, way-ho. I say boom, boom, boom. Now everybody say, way-ho. Hey-oh. Boom, boom, boom. Let me hear you say, way-ho. Hey-oh. Boom, boom, boom. Now everybody say, way-ho. Hey-oh. Boom, boom, boom. Now let me hear you say, way-ho. Hey-oh. Boom, boom, boom. Now everybody say, way-ho. Hey-oh. Boom, boom, boom. Let me hear you say, way-ho. Hey-oh. Boom, boom, boom. Now everybody say, way-ho. Hey-oh. Boom, boom, boom. Now let me hear you say, way-ho. Hey-oh. Boom, boom, boom. Now everybody say, way-ho. Hey-oh. Boom, boom, boom. Let me hear you say, way-ho. Hey-oh. Boom, boom, boom. Now everybody say, way-ho. Hey-oh.
Antonio.
Amy.